The opening of every academic year marks the beginning of not only classes, but the applications to different extracurricular programs and organizations as well. But even with the temptations of every recruitment for clubs, there would still be people who would rather focus on their academics. Although, there are still students who would heed the call of pursuing their passion for extracurricular activities. Given the demands of the nursing course, we've become curious as to how students having extracurricular engagement perform on their academics. Want to find out? Sit back and listen.
Panel of judges, teachers, fellow researchers, good day. I am Freconcilio together with my teammates Demata, Diego, Erasmo, and Gonzaga from BSN3E Group 2B, presenting our study, Extracurricular Engagement and Academic Performance Among Nursing Students During Blended Learning.
Aims to determine the relationship between extracurricular engagement and academic performance of nursing students during blended learning. Specific objectives include the demographic profile of the nursing students according to their age, sex, year level, general point average, number of clubs or organizations joined, and internal or external scholarships. Second is their level of extracurricular engagement of nursing students and the level of academic performance of nursing students, followed by the significant relationship between the level of extracurricular engagement of nursing students and profile variables, and lastly, the significant relationship between the level of extracurricular engagement and academic performance of nursing students.
The methods, the research design of this study used a quantitative correlational approach and utilized a researcher-made questionnaire as the survey method.
The participants of the study were the nursing students from levels 1 to 4 committed to any school organization or any extracurricular activities. A pre-survey was conducted before a ballot test. We had a total of 134 sample size or participants from levels 1 to 4. For instrument, researcher-made questionnaire was utilized to determine the extracurricular engagement and academic performance of level 1 to 4 nursing students, which is divided into 3 sections. Part 1 is the demographic profile of the participants, Part 2 is the level of extracurricular engagement, and Part 3 is the level of academic performance. We had a validity score of 4.77 and a reliability score of 0.87 that made our instrument reliable and valid.
Process from our data gathering procedure first includes approval from the head of office under the College of Nursing. Second, contacting participants from levels 1 to 4 nursing students. Third, we will then collect data and ensure accuracy by keen tracking. Next, we will analyze and interpret data gathered. And lastly, reporting our results from the gathered data.
Moving on to the statistical treatment, taking into consideration the objectives of the study, the following tools will be utilized in analyzing the gathered data. First objective, frequency and percentage. Second and third objective, mean and standard deviation. Fourth objective, Spearman's rho and chi-square test. Fifth objective, Spearman's rho.
For the ethical considerations, 3 ethical principles were observed: beneficence, respect for human dignity, justice, as well as safety and privacy, fair and proper treatment. So all participants' moral and legal rights were ensured to be upheld during the study, in accordance with the researchers. As a result, moral considerations were used to discuss pertinent acts, as the researchers exercised discretion and fairness with regard to the participants and any responses they may provide while managing their recordings, paperwork, transcriptions, and other data that has been gathered. Moving on with our results and discussion. So objective number 1, the first figure shows the demographic profile of the nursing students according to its variables with regards to its sex. It is clearly seen that majority were females, accounting to 68.7% of the total population, and the remaining 32.1% were males. This could imply that females participate more in extracurricular activities than their male counterparts. As for the participants' age, a large number were accounted to age ranges 20 to 21 years old with figures of 60.4%. Moreover, in terms of year level, the highest percentage were the second-year students with 35.1%, then followed by third year and first year with almost identical figures of 26.9% and 25.4% respectively. With regards to their GPA, 52.2% responded very good, 35.9% of the participants had excellent, 10.4% responded good, 0.75% responded average, and 0.75% responded passing. For the number of organizations of extracurricular activities joined by the participants, 62.7% states that they do have at least one extracurricular activity. Lastly, as for their number of scholarships had, among the 134 participants, a total of 47.0% answered 0 or none for their internal or external scholarships, and 44.0% responded with 1. Succeeding the least is 7.5%, and 1.5% were involved with 2 and 3 or more scholarships, respectively.
Objective 2, level of extracurricular engagement of nursing students has an overall mean of 3.83, standard deviation of 0.56, and verbal interpretation of very good.
With the results in Objective 3, this would interpret that nursing students tend to be neutral on their academic performance. And this neutrality is reflected on their answers based on their submissions, submission of tasks, time management, study habits, and academic perception.
Objective number 4, first table reveals that there is a significant relationship among the selected profile variables of the participants, which are the year level and GPA, as we utilize these parameters wrong. Second table shows that chi-square was used to determine the relationship between the level of extracurricular engagement and sex, as sex is considered as a nominal value and not categorized into ranking, which shows a significant relationship with each other.
For objective number 5, relationship between level of extracurricular engagement and academic performance, the relationship is significant at the 0.01 level, denoting a significant relationship between the level of extracurricular engagement and academic performance of nursing students during blended learning. Furthermore, this would mean that the responses of the participants that indicates that they agree to the positive statements regarding extracurricular engagement increases, and they tend to disagree with the negative statements in connection with their academic performance.
For conclusion, participants have a very high degree of engagement, able to maintain a good balance between their extracurricular activities and academics, substantial relationship between selected profile variables and level of extracurricular engagement. This demonstrates that nursing students' potential of improving their academic performance increases with their commitment to participating in the extracurricular activities.
Researchers' recommendation. First in the list as the university administrators, they are recommended to ensure that students who engage in extracurricular activities have reasonable considerations regarding their deadlines and schoolwork.
For student government leaders to make informed decision-making where they are able to better understand the concerns of the student body. Nursing students' extracurricular activities, in its essence, have shown to be advantageous to students in a variety of ways.
It's recommended for nursing educators, for their assistants, to set achievable, realistic, and fair deadlines on tasks and outputs. Future researchers, it is recommended to increase the participants in the sample size more than what the current researchers used in the study, as per scope and limitation, to avoid results to impede with cautions. Furthermore, to have several elements, as per scope and limitations of this research, to be investigated.
Findings of the study will be beneficial to the student body, educators, university administrators, and future researchers in the improvement of the curriculum, timeline, and schedules to promote an efficient learning environment to the students.
The researchers would like to thank God Almighty for guiding us during the course of our research. Acknowledgement to our research facilitators, Mr. Dan Marconito, Mrs. Sarah Jane M. Rosales, our research lecturer, Dr. O.J. Jimenez, our group statistician, Dr. Ramon La Chica, and also for today's panelists. Thank you.